start in 1 minute. All right, we can go on the record.
We're on the record, Your Honor.
Good morning. It is still morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Grace. I'm the public utility law judge assigned to handle this matter. We're here for Maryland Public Service case number 9695, which is the Potomac Edison Company's application for adjustments to its retail rates for the distribution of electric energy. We'll start with appearances with the company.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Gunderson from Venable on behalf of Potomac Edison. Also like to enter the appearance of Joseph Curran of Venable and Susan Shipper of Venable, and on behalf of the companies, Jessica Raba, who's sitting to my left, and Jeffrey Trout.
Good morning. Office of People's Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole Zeichner on behalf of the Maryland Office of People's Counsel. And we will also, our appearances have been entered. If Your Honor would like me to recite them, I can. Would that?
You know, I've noticed that there are a bunch of service lists in this case, and I want to make sure we have the right one after this hearing. So I have 6
Yes.
OPC counsel, is that correct?
Yes, I can. If I can just briefly verify,
Sure.
we have Juliana Bell, Gary Alexander, Molly Soloway Woods, Irene Wiggins, and Ryan Shue.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Staff?
Good morning, Your Honor. James Greger on behalf of staff, and I would also like to enter the appearance of Hunter Davis and Kenneth Albert.
Good morning, thank you. Next, let's move to the certificates of publication from the company.
Thank you, Your Honor. On May 1st, 2023, Potomac Edison filed under Mail Log 302705 a certificate of compliance of notification of publication of this pre-hearing conference today, and we would ask to have this marked as Potomac Edison Exhibit 1 for the record.
Potomac Edison Exhibit 1 is marked.
And we'd like to go ahead and move that into evidence at this
Any
time.
objection from the parties?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Potomac Edison Exhibit 1 is admitted into the administrative record. All right, we have 4 motions to intervene from, let's see, one was filed on April the 24th from Montgomery County, April the 25th from U.S. Department of Defense, April the 27th from Maryland Energy Administration, and April the 28th from Walmart. Do we have counsel here for those 4 today? Go ahead, Ms. Brennan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lisa Brennan, Associate County Attorney for Montgomery County, Maryland. I'd also like to enter the appearance of Jim Agorzalek and ask that he be added on the service list as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. John McNutt on behalf of the United States Department of Defense and all other federal executive agencies.
Good morning, Mr. McNutt.
Good morning. Assistant Attorney General David Shapiro on behalf of the Maryland Energy Administration, entering the appearance of myself, Steve Towson, Sandra McLemore, Michelle Honig, and Ryan Opsel.
Good morning, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Barry Naum from the law firm of Spillman, Thomas & Battle. I represent Walmart. Consistent with our prior practice before this commission, I'm not entering a formal appearance because we're in the process of applying for admission pro hoc vice, but I would like for my colleagues Don C.A. Parker, who is licensed in Maryland, and Stephen Wayne Kern Lee to also be added to the service list. And I'm here to answer any questions that Your Honor might have.
Thank you. Did you also have an Alex Cronauer on the list?
Your Honor, Mr. Cronauer is our expert witness.
Ah, okay. All right. The folks who just entered their appearances on the motions to intervene, did you all want to be heard on your motions, or did you want to stand on your filings? We can hear from the other parties.
MEA stand on the filing.
Thank you.
Walmart stands on its filing.
Okay.
As does DOD.
Montgomery County will stand on its filing too.
Thank you. For the court reporter, all four of the parties indicated that they would stand on their filing. Mr. Gunderson, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Seichner?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Greger?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, the motions to intervene are granted. So moving on to the proposed schedule. I noted in the email on the proposed schedule that, and first of all, let me stop and say thank you for sending that in advance. That was lovely and very helpful. I noticed on the email it said that the proposed schedule was in agreement by Potomac Edison staff, OPC, and the Department of Defense. Have the other parties had an opportunity to look at the proposed schedule? Has anyone, raise your hand if you have not had an opportunity to look at the proposed schedule. I'm sorry, it's awkward. We don't have enough seats at council table. Okay. Well, I have some questions, but I guess, Mr. Gunderson, would you like to go through and read that into the record, please?
Certainly. So the schedule that the majority of the parties have agreed to and proposed to Your Honor is to have staff, OPC, and intervenor direct testimony filed by June 14th, 2023, rebuttal testimony filed by July 7th, 2023, surrebuttal testimony filed by July 21st, 2023, staff's comparison chart filed by July 24th, 2023. Evidentiary hearing dates that we are proposing are July 25th, which would really be reserved for staff witness Ostrander, unless the parties are willing to waive cross-examination, which we would let you know prior to the hearing. And then July 26th, 27th, and 28th, with July 31st as a potential carryover if needed. And then the parties would file initial briefs by August 11th, 2023, reply briefs by August 25th, 2023, with a target date of a proposed order from Your Honor on September 15th, 2023. Any memorandums of appeal would be filed by September 20th, and any reply memorandums on appeal filed by October 4th, 2023, with a final order anticipated by October 18th, 2023.
Did the parties discuss public hearings?
We did not.
I think in the past, there's been one public hearing in Cumberland and one public hearing in Frederick. Since the COVID epidemic, we've had some public hearings virtually and some in person. Have the parties discussed their position on that?
We have not, but we're open to whatever method is most efficient with the commission.
Okay. I see on the proposed schedule that you also put some discovery procedures in there on the second page. If the parties are unable to resolve a dispute, you're supposed to contact the executive secretary via email to schedule a hearing. That would have to be changed to the public utility law judge's office. Has discovery begun?
Yes, Your Honor. Staff and OPC have issued over a dozen sets of data requests at this point.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask counsel for Montgomery County to take the podium to my left so you have a microphone. Counsel for Department of Defense, U.S. Department of Defense, will you please take the podium to my right? Counsel for MEA and Walmart, will you please have a seat at the table? Does anyone need a copy of the proposed schedule in front of them so that we can look at the dates? I have extra copies.
I think I can share.
Okay. So, I'm not in love with the proposed schedule. I'm sorry to say, and I'm hoping that you all have brought your witness availabilities lists with you. And here's my issue. Reply memoranda on appeal are due on October the 4th, and the final order is due on October the 18th. That's 14 business days for the commission to consider this. Among those 14 business days is Columbus Day, so that's 14 regular calendar days. That's 8 business days. That's not enough. I took a look at the last few cases that, rate cases that the commission has delegated to the Public Utility Law Judge Division, and they've had a month to look at what we give them. So, I'm very happy to go ahead and give you all a schedule today. I'm prepared to do that. Or I'm prepared to take a little recess and let you all consult your witness availability lists and come up with something different to give back to me. The commission should have at least 3 weeks, but the commission would prefer 4 weeks to take a look at the proposed order prior to issuing its final order. So, I guess I'll let you guys marinate on that for a minute. While you're thinking about that, do any of the parties, OPC staff, anyone else, do they have any position on whether hearings should be in person or virtual, or one in person, one virtual?
Staff has no position on that, Your Honor. Staff is available for in-person hearings or virtual hearings.
Office of People's Counsel?
Your Honor, are you referring to the public hearings in Cumberland and Frederick?
Yes.
No position, Your Honor.
Okay. The company, any position on that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Would you like for me to just go ahead and dictate a schedule for you all, or would you like to think about that and work together for a few minutes on coming back with a different schedule?
Your Honor, would it be possible to hear your proposed schedule first? Then?
Essentially, yes. So, this is one of the reasons why I asked if discovery had started. I know that this application was filed on March 22nd, and it's been some time getting to today. So, the place to cut a little time is for staff, OPC, and intervener direct testimony. I know nobody's going to be a fan of that. However, discovery has already started, and I don't see any other place in the schedule to cut extra time. So I'm looking at May 31st for staff, OPC, and intervener direct testimony. Rebuttal on June 23rd. Surrebuttal on July 7th. Staff file its comparison chart on July 10th. Evidentiary hearing dates, July 11 through 14 and 17, or it could be July 10 through 14. Initial brief, July 28th. Reply brief, August the 11th. Target date for proposed order, September 1st. Memorandum on appeal, September 6th. Reply memorandum on appeal, September 20th. And the end of suspension period remains the same at 180 days. It's October the 18th. So that's just shy of a month for the commission to consider the proposed order. I could be willing to give the commission 3 weeks. I don't think they'll be happy with me, but I could do that if the parties tell me this morning that they can't possibly abide by the schedule that I am thinking of.
Yes, Your Honor. Staff would appreciate some time to confer with the other parties. So staff has had to retain outside consultants in this case. So a May 31st direct testimony filing date would be difficult. So we would appreciate that.
While you are discussing it amongst yourselves, I'll take a brief 5-minute recess. I'm going to ask the court reporter to turn the mics off, but the cameras will still remain on, just so you know. So what you do will be seen on YouTube. Please do not raise your hands or cause a fit. And you might not, if you're going to curse me, then you might want to face this way so that they can't see you. I will take a 5-minute recess, and I will be back.
Your Honor, if
Yeah.
I may, I apologize. We do have all outside consultants, and I am afraid that I will not be able to confirm all details of their schedules today and quickly. Would Your Honor consider giving the parties additional time to work this out so that I could reach out to certain consultants?
I'm hoping that you might have those dates. You might have already discussed dates with your witnesses and have some dates written down. You're welcome to you know, I can take a longer recess, and you're welcome to go and try to reach some of your witnesses now. I don't want to delay this much further because we're already in May for a filing that happened over a month ago. Okay?
Would Your Honor consider approximately a half an hour? The other issue is the number of staff members we have involved in this case and coordinating schedules with other active rate cases. I don't know if that would be too much time.
Okay, let's do this. Let's come back at 12:20, that's 20 minutes, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you need more time at that time, it'll be fine, okay?
Thank
But
you.
let's not wait too long, because I know there's a bunch of folks here this morning. Okay, so we're in recess until 12:20.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I actually have to go back to DC, but I'm fine with whatever schedule the parties come up with.
Okay, so you have no objection to whatever schedule it is and the discovery process?
Correct. Yes, absolutely, Your Honor.
Sounds good, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we're in recess until 12:20.